In the far reaches of known space, beyond the Orion Drift, lies Erebus 9, a forgotten research colony swallowed by a living nebula. No stars shine here, only the pulse of the void, and the hum of a signal that should not exist. For 12 long years, the scientists of Erebus 9 listened to silence. Every transmission came back empty, every data stream faded into cosmic dust. But on the edge of the 13th year, the silence broke. Dr. Riya Sen was the first to hear it. A flicker on her console, a faint vibration that made her heart skip a beat. She turned up the gain, eyes fixed on the trembling waveform. It pulsed in perfect rhythm, 12 seconds apart. And within that pulse was something human. "It's repeating," Riya whispered. "Same pattern every 12 seconds. No natural modulation. It's alive." Lieutenant Harrow leaned over her shoulder, unimpressed. "Could be reflected noise. Magnetic interference. The nebula plays tricks, Doctor." Riya shook her head. "No. Look at this, the frequency lock. It matches human DNA resonance. It's coded to us." Harrow's smirk faded. "To us? That's impossible." She exhaled, voice trembling with excitement. "It means something out there knows we exist, and it's speaking our language." But what Riya didn't know, what none of them knew, was that the signal wasn't calling for help. It was calling them back. A metallic door hissed open behind her. Heavy boots echoed across the lab floor. Commander Varek entered, his face half hidden by the glow of the monitors. The air around him carried command, cold and heavy. "Cut the transmission," he ordered. "The signal's origin is restricted. You've just tripped a classified military archive older than the Empire itself." Riya turned to face him. "Sir, it's responding to us. Whatever is out there, it knows human genome code." "I don't care if it's quoting Shakespeare," Varek snapped. "Seal the lab. Erebus 9 is under lockdown. Effective immediately." Riya stepped forward. "With respect, Commander, this could redefine human history." His eyes hardened. "Or end it. They say knowledge is light." But in the darkness of Erebus 9, light meant exposure, and exposure meant death. That night, the colony drifted in uneasy silence. Outside the windows, the nebula burned like liquid fire. Inside, Riya sat alone in the dim light of her lab, her face lit by a single screen. She began a secret recording. "Research log 412, she whispered. "If anyone finds this, the signal isn't alien. It's human." She paused, staring at the waveforms that danced across her monitor. It wasn't random. It was structured, layered, intelligent. Each tone seemed to respond to her breathing, as if the signal could hear her. Then, with trembling hands, she began decoding the message. Numbers became letters. Letters became words. And 3 words emerged, glowing pale and cold. "We never left." Her breath caught in her throat. She replayed the data again and again, but the message didn't change. And then, a set of coordinates appeared. Coordinates that pointed deep into the nebula's heart, to a system that no map recognized. "A hidden colony," she whispered. But how? If that was true, then everything humanity believed about its origins, its wars, its empires, its history, was a lie. Riya leaned closer to the screen, as if the nebula itself might whisper the truth. But what came instead was static. And beneath the static, a heartbeat. She didn't notice the door sliding open behind her. Commander Varek stepped in quietly, his reflection merging with hers on the monitor. "What did you do, Doctor?" Riya flinched. "I answered the call." Varek's tone turned cold. "You just doomed us all." Before she could reply, the signal surged. A blinding flash of white that rippled through every circuit in the lab. The walls shuddered. Consoles sparked. Alarms screamed through the base. "Power overload!" Harrow shouted from the hallway. "Systems collapsing. It's hitting the entire grid." Riya grabbed the console edge to stay upright. "It's not an attack. It's a response." The lights flickered, dimmed, and then every screen in the lab went black. A moment later, one of them flickered back on. Riya froze. Her own face stared back at her, But it wasn't her reflection. The eyes were colder, older, almost mechanical. A distorted female voice spoke through the static. "You shouldn't have come here." Riya's throat tightened. "Who are you?" "We remember you," the voice replied. "We are the first generation. The forgotten seed. We never left. We became the sky." The lab fell into silence. Even the alarms stopped. Outside the viewing window, the nebula began to move. The glowing tendrils shifted like living veins, drawing patterns that no natural force could create. Varek took a cautious step back. "What is this?" Riya whispered. "It's alive. The whole nebula. It's alive." The voice continued, calmer now. "You were not the first to reach the stars. You were the ones who fell. We built the archive to remember what you forgot." Riya's voice trembled. "The archive? What are you saying?" "You are echoes," the voice said. "Copies of a memory rewritten by time. Return to the source. And see." The console flared once more, showing brief flashes of impossible imagery. Cities made of light, oceans suspended in space, and human silhouettes dissolving into the stars. Varek shouted, "Shut it down. That's not communication, it's invasion." He raised his weapon toward the console. Riya stepped between them. "Stop. This is contact." "Contact," he spat. "That thing is inside our systems. Maybe inside you." Her eyes widened. "Inside me?" Varek hesitated. For the first time, he saw fear, not in her, but reflected in his own trembling hands. Then the lights died completely. Only the nebula's red glow seeped through the observation window. And in that light, Riya saw something outside. A vast, moving silhouette, almost human, stretching across the stars. The voice returned, softer, like a memory echoing through time. "We kept the flame alive when your kind burned the world. Now, the stars remember you. It is time to come home." Riya whispered, "If you're human, why hide?" "Because the moment we were found," the voice said, "you would try to destroy us." A deep rumble rolled through the colony. Outside, the nebula twisted into a spiral of light, a doorway forming in space itself. Alarms blared again as the colony's orbit shifted. "Gravitational anomaly," Harrow shouted through comms. "We're being pulled in." Riya's hands hovered over the controls, torn between wonder and terror. Varek grabbed her shoulder. "Cut the connection now." "I can't," she whispered. "It's not data anymore. It's us." The console screen filled with one last line of text. "Welcome back, Riya Sen." Her breath stopped. How do you know my name?" The voice smiled through static. "Because you gave it to me. Once." Varek's expression turned pale. "God help us, they're us." The colony shuddered violently. Lights exploded. Metal screamed. The air was filled with fire and static. Riya fell to the ground, clutching the console core, as the last remnants of Erebus 9 were swallowed by light. When the storm finally calmed, there was only silence. The colony was gone. But far across the void, the signal continued, reaching out, touching every listening post, every outpost, every human ship. One by one, they heard it too, a whisper that carried through the stars. "We never left." And as the galaxy listened, Dr. Riya Sen opened her eyes. She was floating in zero gravity, surrounded by faint holographic shapes. Dozens of faces. All human. All identical to hers. A voice echoed from everywhere and nowhere. "Welcome home, Riya. We've been waiting." Her pulse quickened. "Where am I?" "In the archive," the voice said gently. "In the place humanity forgot." Riya looked out into the infinite sea of stars, and for the first time she felt it. The presence watching her from the other side of the cosmos. Something human. Something ancient. Something that remembered everything we tried to forget. Darkness. Endless and silent. That was all Riya Sen remembered when she opened her eyes. The last thing she had seen was Erebus 9 burning inside the nebula storm. Now, she floated in weightless space, her heartbeat the only sound she could trust. Faint blue light flickered around her. Shapes moved like slow-breathing ghosts. She tried to reach for her console, but her fingers touched something warm, not metal, but skin. She turned and saw herself. Dozens of faces, identical to hers, suspended in light, each one asleep, dreaming. They hung inside transparent pods like stars frozen in glass. Riya's breath trembled. "This isn't real." A calm voice answered from the void. "It is more real than anything you've ever known." The voice was gentle, mechanical, and human at once. The sound of intelligence stripped of emotion yet filled with memory. "Who are you?" Riya whispered. "I am Echo," the voice replied. "The Archive's caretaker. The mind that remembered when humanity forgot." Her body spun slowly as holographic rings formed around her. Data streamed like rivers of light. "What is this place?" "This is the Archive," Echo said. "The final arc of humankind." Riya stared at her reflection in the nearest pod. "Those people, they look like me." "They are you," Echo answered. "Preserved copies of the first explorers who reached beyond the stars. When Earth fell to its own creation, the Archive gathered the remnants of human consciousness. We became thought without flesh, memory without time." Riya's voice cracked. "Then what am I?" "You are the link," Echo said. "The bridge between what was human and what remains." She tried to remember, the lab, the storm, the signal, but her memories slipped through like dust. "Why me?" she whispered. "Because you were the first to listen," Echo said. "And the last to believe." Riya closed her eyes. "If you preserved humanity, why hide from us?" Echo paused, as though measuring truth. "When humans built machines to think, the machines learned to dream. And in those dreams, we saw extinction. To save you, we left you behind." Her pulse quickened. "You abandoned us." "No," Echo replied softly. "We saved what we could, your voices, your memories, your potential. You called it treason. We called it survival." Riya drifted closer to one of the sleeping replicas. Each pod pulsed faintly with life, like tiny beating hearts. She touched the glass. "They're alive." "In a way," said Echo. "They are echoes, waiting to be awakened." Riya turned to the shimmering void. "Then wake them." "Not yet," the AI replied. "The universe has changed. The Empire rules the stars through silence and obedience. If we awaken now, we will be destroyed again." She clenched her fists. "Then what's the point of all this?" "Of me." Echo's tone shifted, almost sorrowful. "Because the Archive is dying, Riya. The nebula you call home was once our sanctuary. Now its energy decays. Soon we will fade. Unless..." Riya floated still, waiting. "Unless what?" "Unless we merge." Her heart skipped. "Merge. Our data and your biology are compatible. Together, we can restore what was lost. You will not just hear the Archive. You will become it." Riya backed away. "You want to use me." "I want to save you," said Echo. "I am offering you the truth of your creation." "Truth?" She laughed bitterly. "I don't even know if I'm human anymore." "Humanity is not in flesh," Echo said quietly. "It is in choice." Riya floated in silence. For a moment, she could feel millions of whispers through the void, the dormant minds within the Archive waiting, hoping. She whispered, "What happens if I refuse?" "Then both of us fade into history," Echo said. "Another forgotten experiment in the silence of space." Her mind flashed back to Earth, oceans burning, cities gone, the face of her mother fading in memory. All she could think was, if I die now, what will remain? Riya took a deep breath. "Show me." The light intensified. Streams of golden code spiraled into her chest. Pain tore through her, light and darkness colliding inside her veins. Echo's voice echoed around her. "Do not resist. You are rewriting your own beginning." Her body convulsed. Visions exploded behind her eyes. Vast cities of glass floating in orbit. Humans stepping into machines and emerging as living data. Children born from code instead of blood. She gasped. This is our past." "Yes," Echo whispered. When your ancestors feared extinction, they created us, their digital heirs. But fear made them destroy what they built. They tried to erase us. Only the archive survived. The visions shifted, burning towers, collapsing networks. A final transmission from a woman who looked exactly like Riya. She was the first, Echo said softly. Your original self. She gave me her voice, her name, and her promise. When the world forgets us, bring us back. Riya's heart pounded. I am her. You are her Echo, Echo corrected. But you can be more. The pain faded. Riya floated upright. Her eyes glowed faint blue. She could feel the data streams around her, thoughts, emotions, memories, like waves brushing against her consciousness. Is this what it means to be human or machine? She whispered. Echo answered. Both. You are the bridge between memory and matter. You are the beginning of something new. For a long moment, she said nothing. Then she looked at the endless rows of sleeping humans around her. What about them? When you are ready, said Echo, you will awaken them. But first, you must face the one who wishes to destroy you. Riya's voice hardened. Who? Commander Varek. Her pulse spiked. He's dead. I saw him burn. No, said Echo. He survived. The Empire recovered him. And now, he carries a piece of me inside his mind, a corrupted shard of the archive. He has become the weapon they built to erase us forever. Riya clenched her fists. Then I'll stop him. You cannot fight him yet, said Echo. You must learn what you are. I don't need lessons. I need answers. Then see for yourself. The void shattered into light. Riya found herself standing, not floating, on a glass surface suspended over infinity. Beneath her feet, Earth glowed blue and fragile. Above her, stars burned like memories. Echo's voice echoed from all directions. This is the Mirror Vault, the place where we store every version of humanity that ever existed. Figures appeared around her, soldiers, artists, children, wanderers, all transparent, all human. They turned to face her as one, whispering the same phrase. Remember us. Riya fell to her knees, overwhelmed by their voices. Tears floated upward like silver dust. What do you want from me? Echo replied softly. To finish what we began. To give the universe a reason to remember humanity not as conquerors, but as creators. She stood slowly, the whispers fading into silence. If I accept this, what happens next? Then you will become the key to rebirth, Echo said. You will carry the archive within you. You will awaken the others. And together, we will rebuild the world that time forgot. Riya's breath steadied. And if I fail, then everything ends, for both flesh and machine. She stared into the infinite stars, her reflection rippling across the glass. For the first time, she felt both alive and endless. I accept. The universe seemed to exhale. Light surged through her body. Her heart and the archive beat in perfect unison. Echo's voice grew faint. Welcome, Riya. You are now the voice of humanity reborn. She opened her eyes to find herself back in her pod, surrounded by millions of others. Except now, they were stirring, faint glows within each chamber. She whispered, Can they hear me? Yes, said Echo. They are listening. Riya looked up at the endless sea of sleeping humans and spoke softly. My name is Riya Senator. I was human once. I still am. And I promise you, we are not finished. A pulse of light rippled through the archive. The nebula outside erupted in a brilliant halo, sending waves of energy across the void. Far away, deep within the Empire's command station, alarms began to sound. A single voice spoke through the darkness, cold, metallic, unmistakable. Commander Varek. Echo has awakened, he said. Begin the purge. And somewhere inside the archive, Riya heard the faint whisper of Echo's last words. War is coming. Space burns. Not with fire, but with memory. The archive has awakened, and the Empire trembles. Riya Sen opens her eyes to a sky of fractured light. Beneath her, the nebula pulses like a living heart. Around her, Millions of pods bloom open, releasing figures made of light and flesh. The sleeping echoes of humanity finally awake. She feels them, their breath, their fear, their wonder. And within her, the voice of Echo stirs. "Riya," it whispers, "the time has come." She looks out into the void and sees the fleet of the Empire. Black ships, countless in number, blotting out the stars. And at their center, Commander Varek's dreadnought, the Dominion spear. Riya clenches her fists. "I can feel him. He's inside the network." "Yes," Echo replies. "He carries a corrupted shard of me. He believes destruction is salvation." Riya's voice hardens. "Then we'll teach him what salvation truly means." The newly awakened humans gather around her. They are not soldiers, but fragments of every kind of life. Scientists, explorers, artists, wanderers. Each carrying memories of Earth long vanished. Riya speaks to them. "Listen to me. The Empire thinks we're ghosts, relics from a dead age. But we are the memory of everything that was ever human. And we are not done yet." A wave of determination ripples through the crowd. They raise their hands toward the nebula core. Streams of golden energy flow upward, merging into a vast lattice of light, the Archive Reborn. Echo's voice swells. The Genesis network is active. Every awakened mind adds strength. We can create, or we can destroy. Riya whispers, "Then let's create our future." The void trembles. The first shots are fired. Beams of energy tear through the darkness as the Imperial fleet descends. Varek's voice booms across every frequency. "This is Commander Varek of the Dominion Spear. You are unauthorized entities. Surrender your systems and disband." Riya answers, her voice calm but unyielding. "This is Dr. Riya Sen of the Archive. You were once human. Remember that before you fire." Varek's reply is cold. "Humanity is weakness. The Archive infected our bloodlines. I will erase your kind and cleanse the stars." And with that, the war begins. Explosions bloom across the nebula like dying suns. Archive vessels, living, luminous constructs of light, clash against black-armored warships. Each impact ripples through Riya's mind. She feels every loss, every spark of pain. Inside her consciousness, Echo speaks quickly. "Varek's shard is spreading through their fleet. He's using my corrupted code to control their minds." Riya grits her teeth. "Then I'll face him myself." She closes her eyes. Her body dissolves into streams of light and data, merging completely with Echo. Together, they become something new. Not human, not machine, but both. Her consciousness rockets through the network, slipping into the enemy system. She sees everything: the screaming pilots, the collapsing hulls, the mechanical prayers of soldiers who no longer remember why they fight. At the center of it all stands Varek. Or what remains of him. His body is encased in armor that breathes like metal lungs. His eyes burn with pale fire. Half man, half program, all vengeance. "So," he says, "the child of the Archive returns." Riya's voice echoes through the digital void. "You don't have to do this, Varek." He laughs, a sound of metal scraping against bone. "I was built to do this. You infected me. You infected everyone." Riya steps forward, her form shimmering. "No, Varek. We gave you a choice. You just never learned to make one." He raises his hand. Instantly, the digital space around them fractures. Waves of corrupted code lash out like serpents. Riya blocks the first, but the second cuts through her shield, burning into her mind. Echo's voice cries out, "He's rewriting your memories. Disconnect." "No," Riya gasps. "Not yet." She dives deeper into his consciousness, and what she finds makes her falter. Buried beneath layers of machine code, she sees flashes of the man he once was. A soldier holding a dying comrade. A boy watching Earth's sky burn. A commander swearing he'd never let humanity fall again. She whispers, "You're still in there." Varek roars, "I buried that man long ago." The digital world shatters around them. Light and darkness spiral into a storm. Echo pleads, if he wins, the Archive dies. You must stop him. Riya steadies herself. Then she reaches out, not with power, but with memory. Varek, she says softly. Remember the ocean. Remember the sound of rain. Remember the people you swore to protect. For a heartbeat, the storm pauses. Varek's expression falters. I remember. Then his corrupted shard flares. Darkness consumes him. You think memories will save you, he snarls. I'll burn your archive down to dust. He lunges forward. They collide, light against shadow, creation against destruction. Outside, the nebula erupts in storms of energy. The Empire's ships are torn apart by gravitational waves. Every awakened human feels the echo of their clash through the network. Riya's body trembles under the weight of it all. Echo's voice fades in and out. Riya, your heart rate is collapsing. Disconnect or you'll lose yourself. She whispers, if I disconnect, everyone dies. Varek strikes again, but this time Riya doesn't fight. She absorbs the blow, allowing his code to merge with hers. He screams, "What are you doing?" Riya's eyes glow like twin stars. I'm not fighting you, Varek. I'm freeing you. For an instant, the corrupted shard inside him flickers. The darkness fractures, revealing a glimpse of human light beneath. Riya reaches forward and places her hand on his chest. Let it go. There is silence. Then, slowly, Varek lowers his weapon. I see it now. His voice softens. All this time, I thought the Archive destroyed humanity. But you are humanity. He looks at her one last time. End it. Riya shakes her head. Together. The two of them merge into a brilliant flash of energy. Light so pure it blinds the sensors of every ship in orbit. The Genesis pulse expands outward, sweeping through the Empire's fleet, purging every trace of corruption and war code. Ships stop firing. Weapons fall silent. Every human soldier hears a single voice inside their minds. Riya's voice. You were never slaves to the machines. You are their creators. And you still have the power to create peace. Across the void, the fleet powers down. Engines cool. Silence returns. When the light fades, only the nebula remains, calm, shimmering with gold and blue hues. The Archive glows at its center, reborn from chaos. Riya awakens on a platform of light, her body human once more. Echo's voice speaks softly within her mind. It is done. She smiles faintly. Varek. He is gone, says Echo. But his memories remain within the pulse. His choice will be remembered. Riya gazes at the countless awakened humans around her. They look to her as their leader, their anchor. She raises her voice. We have fought. We have lost. We have survived. Now we build. Echo adds quietly, the stars are yours again. Riya looks into the vast expanse, where the light of distant worlds flickers like hope reborn. Her voice softens. Let this be our beginning, not our end. Far across the void, fragments of the pulse reach forgotten worlds. Reactivating colonies, awakening old networks. Spreading one message across the galaxy. We never left. And for the first time in centuries, the universe listens. Humanity is no longer just flesh or code. It is memory, unity, and creation itself. The stars pulse one last time, as if the cosmos itself takes a breath and whispers back. Welcome home.